thanks for joining me for another video today. Today I'm going to be using this, it's number 8 and it's in the Designer's Choice dies from Tonic Studios, and they've sent me this. It's called Filigrees and Florals, and I'm just going to show you through the dies in the set first of all, and then I'll start making something with it. So first of all, as you can see, there's a lovely outside edge die here first of all, and that would cut this shape. So it cuts to here, and then you can trim it to whatever length you want, and that obviously can be used any way you like. And then next there is this lovely, it's like a filigree shape pattern, and this one can just be used into the card, so there's no outside edge on it, and if you place it on your card like so and tape it in place and then run it through your die cutting machine, you'll get this pattern, and that will stay in the card unless you, after you've cut it out, unless you then put this piece on and you cut the outside edge and then trim down here, and that will give you pieces that end up looking like this, like these pieces I've used on the front here. So it's really nice because you can use it as it is with the nothing in behind it, or you can back it with whatever colour you like, as you can see here. So it's very, very nice. Next we have 3 lovely strip dies. So this one is the match of this, it's a matching pattern of the shaped die, and then this one has flowers down the centre, and I have used it here. You can see it better there. Now because these have no outside edge on them as well, it means that you can just leave the border to whatever size and trim it afterwards, whatever size you like. So I have cut that out in white card and then backed it in some of the lovely coral pink Craft Perfect texture weave card, which is also from Tonic Studios, and added a little bit of twine. So that's that one. And then this one has a more leafy kind of shape on it. We see it's a kind of, there's the one I was looking for. So it's a lovely filigree leaf kind of shape, and I've also used this, it's a little diamond aperture strip down the sides of it here just to decorate. That's that one. Then we have this, which is a dashed line, which gives another option for a little border. And then we have a lovely little floral strip. So that's this one. Now that can be used just to create floral apertures along your card, or you can cut it out on a little strip if you just cut the edges as well, and you can add that to your card. You can also back that with whatever colour you like, put a little gem in the centre or whatever. There's lots of options for using that. And then obviously, because you've cut all these little flowers out, you've got them to be used, and you can just emboss those with a little embossing tool and add those to your card as well. Now lastly, we have this lovely pair of dies. This one, just move this over, this one will cut out this lovely solid shape, and you can use this singly or emboss it or multiple layers and make a lovely little dimensional flower, or you can add the second die inside that, and that has sort of outlines of the petals. So once you've cut that, you would tape this other one in place, and then that gives you this lovely little flower here, which you can see is dimensional once you put these little petals up. And those are the little flowers that I have used to decorate on the edges here as well. So that's everything in the set. Lots of different ways of using it, of course, but now I'm going to tidy all of this up, and then I'll come back and show you what I can make with it. Now I'm going to make a lovely little card, and first of all I have taken an A4 piece of card. I've cut it down to 15 centimeters square, and then I folded it down the centre, scored and folded it. On the centre line I've just moved up slightly. I think that's probably about ½ centimetre, although I didn't measure it. Yep. It's actually about 3/4 centimetre up, and I have placed this die here into the card and then I've run that through the die cutting machine. Now that has left a lovely filigree pattern, but it's on the fold of the card, and that's going to leave a nice open shape at the top of my card. So to get the plain card, the coral pink in here, it is coral pink, yep. I have taken a piece of plain cardstock. I have cut it to 14 centimeters square, and that's there's the piece that I cut out of it. So it was 14 centimeters square, and put it in the card. Just hold it like that, and then I have taken this die again and set it back in so that I know exactly where it is, exactly down that center fold. I have then taken the outline die. Whoops, just dropped it. I've taken that outline die, and then I have set that on to this pink card directly below here. Then I can remove that, just show you where it is, take it off there. I die cut that, and that removes this piece. Just cut this piece with a craft knife and remove that piece. So that leaves you with this shape of a piece of card here, and now I'm just going to attach this on to the card, leaving a nice little border all around. And I'm going to use my Nouveau Deluxe adhesive from Tonic Studios as well, and just run a little line of that around here. There we are. And just press that into place. Now, I have taken a piece of white card and I have cut out the shape. I have used this die first of all, and then this, and I have got the entire shape, and I've cut that in half, just like this, and I've just left a similar border to this one, and I'm now going to glue that onto the opposite side just for a bit of symmetry. And again, just use some of this. The nozzle is very fine on this, so it holds it nice, and you're not going to get glue coming out all over the edges, at least you shouldn't. There we are. Just a couple of dots here and there through the pattern, and that holds it down in the centre as well. And then just take that and attach that on there. Now, that's how the card's going to look. This corner is nice open work. It's just slightly different from the normal kind of card that I would make, where it's all solid shape and then a pattern put on top. I thought that would be nice with the pattern actually going through to the back. You can see right through the card. So then I have taken, this is the only little dies that actually aren't in the Designer's Choice die set that I've used. It's from this set, and it's called With Love, and it's a decorative duo sentiment, so it's actually got with love and with sympathy in there. And I have die cut that twice, once in silver, you can just about see it there, once in silver and once in white, and I've glued one on top of the other and offset them slightly, so you just get a lovely little hint of silver outline on it. And now I'm going to glue that on here. So I just like to hold that with tweezers when I'm doing that. That means I can get the glue on nice and evenly without worrying about getting it on my fingers. There we are. Just little dots. You don't need too much glue because it's quite strong, even though it's coming out quite fine. And I dab that off to the side so there's no excess comes out. There shouldn't be anyhow. And then try to centre that in the middle. Should move it down slightly. There we are. Now, although the card is mostly the coral pink and the white, I thought that little bit of silver would just add a nice little touch to it. So there we are so far. And then I have gone ahead and pre-cut some of the other dies. I have used the the floral dies here, and I've cut them out this way. Then I have gone ahead with the little strip die, and I've cut some out in white and some in pink, and I've just used an embossing tool like this and pressed into the centre of those to give them a little bit of dimension. And now I'm going to add them onto the card. So I will just bring this over and I'll speed this up slightly, maybe just as I add these on. As you can see, I've made a very pretty little basket out of these dies as well, and it's actually quite straightforward and simple to make, so I'll just talk you through the stages and show you the different pieces that I used to make it. So I've cut 4 rectangles first of all, and they measure 13.5 centimetres by 8.5 centimetres. I have scored 1 centimetre in just at one side, and then I have placed this die at the top. So I've measured 3.5 centimetres up from each side and just made a little mark, and you can see here that the cutting edge is just slightly in from the outside, so you can just place that in there at the 3.5 centimetre mark, and you'll know that it's just slightly overlapping the folded edge here and just outside the cut off edge here, and that will then cut this shape. So what you want to do now is nip this off just like so, just with a little angle off, and you don't need this piece. So you should have 4 of these. Fold this back and just burnish that pretty well. So there you are. And the 4 of those will make the 4 side pieces. So cut 4 more of these pieces in white without this edge piece, and then use the filigree shaped die, that's this one, to create the pattern in the top, and then you'll glue this on. So you'll end up then with 4 panels like this, and you can use this little tab on each of them to attach them all together, and that will give you the 4 sides. When you've got the 4 sides done, then you want to cut out a square of card. I've used white just to match in with the white on the top here, but you could use the same colour as the little basket itself, the pink or whatever. And this card measures 14.5 centimetres square. So I have scored in 1 centimetre the whole way around, so that's 4 of the sides. The 4 sides have 1 centimetre scored in, and then I have just nipped the little corner, just turned it right round and nipped one little corner in, and then you put glue on this corner just on that little tab and fold that together, hold that and repeat on the 4 sides, and that will give you the base. You'll then, when that's dry and the glue's all held together, put glue all around this outside edge and slip it down inside where you've got the 4 sides of the basket together, and that will give you the base. Then I have just cut strips of card and attached them. You can make them whatever height you want, and I have just glued them inside here, and when I've finished then I've added a nice little twine bow, baker's twine bow up at the top of the basket, and I have used 4 of the little die cut flowers to decorate the centres on each side, just where the handle comes down. And then you could leave it like that, it just depends what you want to put inside your basket. But for mine I have made dividers so I can put 4 different things inside. So I've used this die again, And I've made these 9 centimeters tall, 2 of them. And with my craft knife, I have just, craft knife and ruler, I've just marked the center line on both of them. And on one I have cut 4.5 centimeters down from the top. On the other I have cut 4.5 centimeters up from the bottom. And then I can slip the 2 of them together, just place them at right angles, pop one in through the other, and slide down. And so just slide down until that's like so. You can fold it together, pop it inside, and open it up, and that will fit inside nicely to give you little dividers, dividing your box nicely into 4. So that's a pretty little box we've made, and a nice little card, and we've got some bookmarks as well. So there you are. I'm sure you'll enjoy playing with that die set. It's actually really, really nice because the pieces go so well together. It doesn't have to be a card or a basket or a bookmark. There's all sorts of other things that you could make with it, and just with a little bit of imagination. And I'm sure it would look really, really lovely in autumn colours as well. I just thought for this time of the year I'd like to see something nice and bright and pinky. So thanks for watching, and if you've enjoyed this video, I'd really love you to subscribe, and then you'll be able to be kept up to date with whatever's coming next. Thank you. Bye.